I probably will not stay the whole time. Everybody's got a bit of a fever. We had vomiting kids the other day. So that wasn't great. I don't know what it's from, but it seems like most people are sitting here. Maybe it's the too much rain and what's going on. But I shall shove over. Okay, so you guys can catch us on YouTube. We'll put up the link in the story, I believe.
Yeah.
So you can find there if you guys have any questions. Okay.
What is going on?
You're not feeling good, so take a nap.
Everybody, my microphone just broke. Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
you on?
Here, use mine.
Okay. Shoot. Here. I don't
Yeah, I'll fix it. It's not broke.
No.
It's not broken. It's just.
Has it happened before?
No.
You
broke it.
Should I go?
All right.
Should I go now?
You can get out.
Okay.
Get out.
Hey. So.
No, you can stay. We have a conversation.
For a
You
while.
can talk. No? Please.
What? What? No, that was your dad. What?
Yeah, I just cleaned it, buddy. All right, y'all. How's it going? Welcome back to another episode of On the Mat. Can you go help our son, please?
Really?
He's freaking out.
John cleaned the toilet, and
I
I think
cleaned it.
a leaky thinks it's someone peed all over it.
My goodness.
Really?
We live. We're doing this live. Oh my goodness. Guys, you know, kids, sometimes they freaking make you so happy.
Really?
They make you so happy. Okay, what do we got going on here?
Okay.
Okay.
Bula. This DEDG.
Hey.
Bula binak.
Oh! Bulu binaka, everybody. Alrighty. So it's taking us a while to get set up here.
Mm.
Gonna move this thing over. I'll put my laptop on top.
Okay. How was your day?
How was my day?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great question. Thank you for asking me. My day was like really, really random. We went to the grand opening of a new restaurant in town.
Mm.
The Woods Bar. No, the Woods Grill and Bar. So no bar yet because he's just finalizing. The owner Kavitesh just finalizing his liquor license. You know, you guys know, with everything in Fiji, it takes a while, and so yeah. So liquor license is yet to come, but he's working on it. I think he's pretty close, but the restaurant's open. So, but it's gonna be sick to have a place in town where we can actually go eat like a nice air conditioned like facility, you know, nice like washrooms, and yeah, I mean the food is good too. So that's awesome. I think like his niche is gonna be like, and we talked to him about it, like setting up a big projector with and playing sports on it on the wall.
That's where my cup is.
I think that would be the best thing ever because there's not really anywhere where like that's focused like a specifically focused sports bar in the north, at least, like a place where people go, like it's known like the game will be playing at this place, let's go there, let's have a beer and watch the game. Like there's, I don't know, that's just like, and I guess that's a thing in North America, but it's just not something that I see here, so that'd be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Food's really good, hey? Food's really good.
Yeah, food's good.
Yeah.
And the wings are good.
Yeah, the wings
I
are like
wings.
full, like it's the biggest wings you ever had.
Yeah.
Because what they do is they actually buy whole chickens and they like I guess harvest the meat off, like the breasts get used for the burgers.
Yeah.
And then the wings get used for wings. And then the rest of the like meat and stuff like that gets used for like their curries and chili chicken stuff. Yeah, the different portions. Yeah. So the wings are actually like full wings. They're so good and so crispy.
Yeah, delicious.
So if you guys are ever driving through, make sure you stop and check it. I mean, check it out in Singanga. It's a nice place. Why are you laughing?
I'm just laughing because Tui's laughing.
Yeah, why are you guys laughing?
I'm not really sure, honestly. I was thinking, yeah, you can go have a beer there and a pizza with us and then hang out. It's a new tourist destination in Fiji.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
welcome to Singanga. We need to make it a town and have like a sign that's like, welcome to Singanga. And you can be the mayor of Singanga and you can just be like posing.
Mayor of Singanga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
no.
that's like an anime. What do we got going on here today? Despite facing the most successful team in Super Rugby history with 11 title wins to the name, the Fijian Rua will be excited this weekend. So, what do you guys think? Do you think the Rua stand a chance this weekend against the Crusaders? I mean, we already beat the Crusaders once, and so, like people say, like it was not their best team, but I mean, like they still sent a team. Yeah, still the Crusaders. Yeah, me and Corey were talking last night. And it's like, people make excuses like this, for the away games when teams don't want to send, their A team, and they just because they want to save their players or they think they got it in the bag. Like we don't have to play our good players for this game, and then they lose, and then it's like the excuse is like, well, they didn't play the good players. Like, yeah, fair enough, probably, but you also still lost. It still counts as a loss on your record. So whatever you want to say about that is still a loss. What do you think about that?
I could care less, to be honest. I'll go watch rugby.
Get out.
I enjoy the
Get out.
violence of the sport, just like I do in hockey, national sport over there. When I was growing up, I used to go watch my brother play hockey, and then I would tell him, I'll come watch your game as long as you crush somebody in the boards. So I kind of feel the same way about rugby. If it's a violent game, I enjoy watching. Hey, you.
No, Tui's behind the camera. Where is Kuroy?
Wala ka na matik, almost dying. This place. There's plenty of demons.
Lots of chimonis.
Oh, dear.
So, yes, the duo will be playing tomorrow at 7:05 p.m. So make sure you guys support. I think a lot of people are heading over actually. So Fiji Airways actually had a deal for the game where I think it was $899 gets you a return ticket to Christchurch, and the game ticket.
Oh, yeah.
And unlimited food
really
and
good.
drink.
I'll just come.
Nice.
Oh, you wish. I'll just come and I'll just chill, and you guys can go watch rugby as long as they let us in the country.
Did you? Is it true? Did you confirm Tui behind the camera that there was actually
Yeah, it was in the paper.
Dude, why do you have a full bottle of lotion in the camera bag?
Because I was rushing this morning.
He's a little canny. They've been having a few too many baby mixes.
Yeah.
Looking for something to use because the candy was all showing on his face. Oh, I have Vaseline here. This one even carry a Vaseline.
And he carries Vaseline.
Oh, you guys are extreme. I do not support this.
So for those of you who don't know, if you drink too much Singanga, you get kani, like a lot. You have to drink a lot. So like neither of these guys suffer from it. But if you drink like every night for say a few weeks or a month, then your skin will start drying out, and like some guys get like really white skin and flaky, and it starts cracking.
It's like kind of like what do you call when you get that skin rash? You know what I get when I wear my rings in Fiji?
Kani.
No. No, it's eczema. That's what it is.
Oh, eczema.
Like it kind of looks like dry eczema on people.
Right.
It's kind of like your skin in Canada. Like in Canada, if I scratch you, you're like gray, and here you look fine.
I'm home.
Yeah.
Stop touching me.
His skin is like
me.
I'm home.
Stop touching me, but
keep touching me.
Even went to Lambas on the weekend.
Yeah.
And Vaseline was
You ready?
come there.
No.
You can ask them like, what's the best lotion for Kanye?
Yeah. What is the best lotion for Kanye?
Yeah.
What do you guys
Oh my
like?
goodness.
Sandpaper. Correct.
Sandpaper. Kroy is asking what is the best lotion for Kanye? Like I think the best is like the
Because you know.
huh?
John,
Yeah, is the
don't
it comes
listen
in
to
a
him.
tube and you use it for greasing like the tractors and
Oh
stuff
my
like that.
gosh.
Like the heavy duty wheel bearing grease that always keeps you moist.
Oh my goodness.
Gina.
Yeah.
She always has a grog and Kanye lotion.
Oh yeah, I have actually I've used that. I've used that.
Smells good.
It's like
Pink.
pink.
Yeah, pink.
Hey?
Oh.
Yeah. That's
Kanye
how,
lotion.
at Christmas the kids bought me some because they thought it looked like a girl's lotion.
Yeah.
And that was like part of I got earrings and Connie lotion. I don't really
Yeah,
drink
'cause you
kava. So
Kanye.
I'm like,
This is
okay.
my lotion.
Oh, there's Tui's lotion. There you go. Nivea for women.
Yo.
There you go.
Somebody, run ready.
What did Ryan say?
Oh, Ryan, from Ryan. How many women is Koroy dating right now, and how does he manage his time with each lady and still keep them happy?
He just says, "Go away, back off. Not right now. I'm too busy." He has a really big stick and he keeps them away. Hey, one at a time. Oh my goodness.
Speaking, just only him and the Koli.
The
Hali.
Oh dear.
No, Koroy's not allowed to. First, he has to take one piece of land here in this Kobo.
Then I take all the land with the cane.
First, he has to take a piece of land, then he can take.
This is not the best village to come
Yeah, there's
and
no,
find
no
out.
lady,
Girl,
no,
there's no women here.
no woman here.
Small
I
children.
regret coming to this village.
No, but it's a good place to focus your mind. Yeah, you can focus here.
Sometimes.
Yeah. No women, no brew,
No,
no alcohol allowed in this. Actually, no alcohol allowed in this village.
no women. Only plenty men and dogs.
Yeah, a lot of dogs.
A lot of dogs.
Just
Horse.
Horse,
Yeah.
sheep, one sheep. We have one sheep. There's 3 legs.
yeah.
It might even roam
plenty of chickens.
It might roam around here. Yeah, too many chickens. So,
No women. I'm just chopped liver. I'm not an available woman, but there are
But about
women.
to go back to Mutri.
oh yeah, okay. So have you guys seen the headset that Apple released
No.
for
Ooh, new one.
Apple Vision or whatever it's called?
Oh, I don't know about this.
Big one.
Apple goggles. I don't know what they're called actually.
Apple goggles?
And it's a head.
Must be.
Apple glasses.
Is it like a
This is what it
virtual
looks like.
reality thing? Okay, yeah.
And so they're
And what do they do?
so it's augmented reality. So it's basically an Apple, and it's basically the best way to explain it is like you put them on, and augmented reality is like you have like virtual things inside of your reality, like inside of the room. So like if you're looking from where you are, and you're actually a person where you're sitting like through the lens, you could see like your different apps and stuff like scattered around us, or like
Oh.
and you can like customize your view. And so like when you walk through your house, you can have like different screens in different rooms, or like you can just sit there with your goggles and just like reach out and touch things. Like so, but it still feels like you can still see through it. So you still see your reality, but it's augmented.
floating
It's
on.
augmented with like virtual, like emojis, or like what do you want to call icons and stuff like that
Okay.
inside of what you're seeing.
I
But I
don't
was
know.
like, didn't
don't
we
know if I
already
need
see
that.
this? Like, I feel like we already watched this play out in like Ready Player One. Remember that movie?
Yeah.
Wasn't good.
No.
Like these actually legitimately look.
What would it use it for? though?
I don't-
Image?
I don't know. Maybe. I get the point of like virtual reality, like games and goggles, but this seems a little like.
Like, okay, I'm
Boring.
gonna ready.
And I like Apple products, so I'm not trying to knock Apple.
I'm gonna show you guys the cover of Ready Player One.
Oh,
and then I'm going to show you
yeah.
what the Apple goggles look like. Also, a great movie that I might rewatch tonight. This is actually such.
This movie. I like this movie. I
Yeah.
also read or didn't read them, but I listened to the books. The books were also really good,
Okay,
entertaining.
Tui, can you focus on this? So, can you see that?
Yep.
So that's the Ready Player One run, right?
Mm.
So that's Ready Player One, and then here's the Apple one. Oh.
Oh yeah, it's the same.
Right?
Did you use
So it's like-
Yeah.
like did you use the,
Like so.
Simple.
the one in the jug? You use
So
the
yeah, I feel like we're all gonna die,
in the jug.
but I don't know. I don't see myself sitting on the couch with goggles, getting stuff done. I guess if
Just like I can't imagine.
yeah, I mean,
wearing those.
I guess if the refresh rate could be as good as like the Retina screen on like an Apple MacBook Pro, like on what we use for like editing and stuff, you could edit through the goggles. You could just sit there and just be like,
Ooh, I would totally do it if it was
Yeah.
like Tony Stark and I could just be like, you
I
know?
think
Yeah.
that's what you're trying to say. It's gonna be like the one in
So you just
Tony
wear
Stark
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
mouse.
You'll like all your apps.
you wouldn't even need a mouse. You'd just be able to be
yeah,
like
that'd
zoom
be
in,
cool.
click
Like
that,
if you could
and
do
then
that, like
hit
Tony
that,
Stark,
drag,
I'd be
and
in
like
for that. That'd be sick.
Tui's
Yeah.
freaking out.
Like no, don't like that. Redo this. And with AI, if you could just be like, "Hey, can you just make this whole new blah blah for me?" And it comes up, and you're like, "Not this line, not that line." Oh, that'd be cool. Because I'm really into using like all the Chat GPT and things like that. I'm a diehard for it now. It makes my life really easy. Doing emails and yeah, anything like that. And it's nice to kind of run it through like you give it all the context and then it can create something for you that's a little bit smarter and then I go through and kind of rewrite it in my version. Or what I've been doing lately with it is telling like AI what I'm trying to say. I give it all the background context to what I'm doing and what the point is, and then it writes me an article, and then I ask it to write it in first person, like a point of view that is mine. And then I keep tweaking it in the sense of like make it a little bit more happy, put a joke in here that refers to this, and like all the things, and it just makes it really like personalized, so you can get more and more information. And then I take that final version and I make it just a little bit more me. Like I personalize it to actually have suit my humor. So I love that. I think it's great. You got a phone call?
Always getting phone calls.
Popular over here. Too many phone calls in the day.
What can I say?
Well, and someone posted John's number last week on Facebook.
Let's talk about it.
And how do you feel about that?
Not good.
Yeah, he get a lot of phone calls, and I feel like it's a little too many phone calls.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not- I'm
you gotta
not-
be able to live a little, right?
yeah. I'm not a fan of.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about that. What authority?
Oh yeah.
Talk about it.
I wasn't there.
The post.
Yeah, so we posted that thing about the dirty water in our village,
Yeah,
and then what?
nothing.
You were very excited about that.
Well, I was kind of like, I don't know, like it's good and bad. I think we should post about it because it's not just our water; it's the water for the entire village, and it is that color currently that you've seen. And people do drink it. Like the kids come into our house and just grab a cup and they drink like the brown copper water, and I'm like, oh, don't do like okay. I guess it is what it is, but I think yeah, they all deserve better. But it's hard because we're a ways away, and if most people do not have a vehicle, not everybody has the ability to haul in water like we do from town.
Yeah.
So it's definitely something that we're glad.
So yeah, so they basically sicked all of the like water authority northern people on our case,
It's good.
and
We appreciate it.
we had like 3 or 4 vehicles of people like, and I was very clear in the case that okay.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you
Keep
say,
going.
you say.
Oh, I was very blowback on them, like negative blowback
Yeah.
on them, because it has nothing to
not
do
their
with them, in
fault.
my opinion. But apparently, there is something that like they do have to look after things like this when they get posted or once they're made aware of it. But Nanivunda's never actually been on their radar before. So they sent like 4 vehicles full of 4 people, like 4 people in each vehicle, like a bunch of analyzers and like filtration specialists and engineers. Met at the coffee shop. Then they came here and they like took a survey and did all that stuff. So I think the plan right now is to get us onto the filtered water, or to filter our water, hopefully, or like I think we have to create like a water committee first and all this kind of stuff, which is typical in Fiji. Like, so they need
And you
people.
can be the chairman.
Well, I told them I would be because I actually want to get this done. I want to
Good.
see everybody have clean water here. So I'm obviously I'm willing to be the chairman for
Good.
that committee. But yeah, and so then hopefully we can get filtration set up, and then because we're only 2.75 miles from or kilometers from town, like they're gonna look to get us onto the metered system so that we can get water straight from the water treatment plant.
Which would be so great.
Yeah, that'd be the best.
Which would be really great.
So yeah, shout out to Water Authority. I mean, nothing's happened yet, but at least they're starting making some progress. So
Yeah,
and
we
nobody's
need
made any promises.
power out here
Yeah.
and water. So water's a big one.
Yeah.
Our solar, we had a decent sized solar system. It's currently dying, so we had to buy like a little generator. But solar's hard because it's a big financial investment, and then when it goes wrong and cacks out,
Yeah.
it's another huge amount of money. So it's like a great thing that people are like, oh, I'd love to go fully solar, but it's like, yeah, but it's actually a very expensive option because
Yeah.
if your batteries die or you have a bad connection or you need new solar panels or whatever, it's not cheap. And so long term, you need a big amount of money to follow up with that. So we're kind of half in the dark right now. At night, and that's a little bit interesting. Luckily, we have this beautiful new ring light to light the living room, so we can actually see at night.
Mhm.
But yeah, we've been using the ring light for our bedroom
Podcast?
light, and I was just thinking about it at night in our room, so I can actually find my clothes and.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, because the
Yeah, I've just got
Our
like a little
inverter's
flashlight
down.
or my cell phone, and when my battery cell phone's dying, I'm like, no, because I'm so scared to use the toilet in this house. It's just like
why?
it's just like, I don't know. It's like the darkest, smallest bathroom. There's no light in it. And then it's got like these double walls that things like hide in, like the cockroaches go in between the walls. And then my biggest nightmare is just like pants down on the toilet and like a cockroach like coming out or a rat coming out of there and just being trapped in this small little death room. And I just like, I need a light in there just so I'm like, strong enough to go to the bathroom. I'm like, oh, okay. And if my phone battery's dying, I'm like, no, this is not okay. Yeah, so that's my life for you.
That's the reality of life in Fiji.
Yeah, scary toilets for the win.
Also thanks to
Yeah, shout out to
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Thanks everybody. Lots of people jumped in with us and were making connections for us in that way. So that was really helpful.
shout out to Colinio. How do you say his name? Colinio Naoniremba. Yeah. What's that? Naoniremba? Yeah. For the kind donation. We've never really talked about it. I didn't even know that was
I didn't know what that was. I
possibility.
thought,
That's
okay,
cool.
Tui showed me that, and I thought he was saying that the thing was $30.
That's how much it cost. Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's only $30. I was like, oh, that's pretty good. I'm pretty stoked. Thank you. That's very nice.
Yeah, we don't.
I'm just oblivious. I have no idea what's going on in life. Just living my life over here, chilling.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like, we don't do this for the donations, but like, I
Oh,
mean,
thank you.
yeah, we
I
appreciate
think
it.
it's because I came on your live today. You're welcome, sweetheart.
Oh my gosh. I'd
Get
say
the-
something. Yeah.
Hey, don't be rude. You're welcome.
Yeah.
You know what? I
Okay.
even asked him before I came, like, honey, do you want me to come? And he was like, no, you can go. And I was like, oh, okay. Rude. And then he's like, just kidding.
Thinking maybe if you like didn't. Never mind.
I put this skirt on. It's got like ruffles
If
in
you
it.
did-
and then-
if you hadn't, you
and
might
then
get more views.
Tui was saying to me, he's like, oh, you look like every tourist that's ever been to a Fijian village before. And I was like, oh, I don't know. I just got it at the secondhand shop. I'm like, oh, it's just a skirt. I wasn't sure if I should be offended or if I was like, I think I look like the tourist everywhere in Fiji. I don't think what I wear actually determines that. Like,
Yeah,
I
true.
walked into Singanga the other day. I did look like a tourist. I had a bucket hat on because it's raining. I had a little small turtleneck on, and then I had my rain jacket and gumboots.
Oh yeah.
And then some people that I know, they were like, "Oh, the tourists are coming to Singanga even." And I was like, "No, that was me." And they're like, "Oh, just representing the tourists over here every day." There's at least one in Singanga. Funny. Sorry.
One is enough.
What? One is enough.
One is more than enough
Alright.
for Singanga.
Yeah. All right. Well, whatever.
That's the most.
Actually, speaking of tourism, I was talking to a friend today, and we were talking about how in Fiji in general, but on our island especially, how it's really hard to figure out what to do for tourists. Like, there's like you arrive and you're like, "It's Fiji," and then you're like, "And now what?" And we were just talking about like, it'd be nice if like there was a concierge that would direct people places, or like a better website development that like when you're like googling what to do in Savu Savu or what to do in Fiji, that you could have like a list of like activities, and like good ones, like fun ones, because
Mhm.
there are actually fun things to do. It's just you have to find out about them. And
what Fiji tourism is doing.
that's what Fiji Tourism, I think, is for and is probably working towards. But I would say, like, for myself, when I'm looking online, I just don't see enough information or like enough content built around that information. I feel like I really have to search for it. So
Mm.
I would say it's not that they're not trying, but a lot of tourism Fiji is more about the beauty of Fiji and not the entertainment of once you get here. Because I always see, oh wow, like yeah, Fiji is beautiful. So they're bringing people to the country, but then outside of the hotel, like what? What am I supposed to be doing? And not everybody
Good luck.
nowadays is staying in hotels. You're staying in Airbnbs and all these different things. And then you're going,
Homestays.
yeah. Then what's next? So I think it's
Koroy might start a homestay here in the village with one tarpaulin.
and only single girls will be welcome.
Hey,
kidding.
sobo.
It's the most inappropriate homestay ever.
No,
No.
but he won't stay there. He just like set them up and then leave them.
Cleaning the homestay.
Oh yeah.
He'll be the maid, so it'll be fine. We'll put him in a bow tie, everything.
Hey, what is this?
Skirt?
Skirt and a bow tie.
No, guys, it's a Sulu. You guys are the
No,
Fijians here.
Sorry,
Come on, rude.
sorry.
Rude. Okay, I gotta go take care of Seva.
Oh, yeah.
Enjoy the rest of the show.
He went down.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fine. Oh, I thought he was still in bed.
He just needed some
Oh.
drugs. He needed to come and breathe this fresh air.
Yeah, poor guy. He was having a fever, and then we went to the grocery store or the gas station after, and then some girl was like pulling his arm, trying to
Oh,
give
yeah.
him like a kiss or pinch his cheek or whatever, because they love him. And then he started having a meltdown, just crying his little eyes out because he wasn't feeling good, and he got stressed over too much love. So I feel bad for him. Too much love. He was like, he was doing what Croy was doing. Should have had a bigger stick to beat the girls off with, but sorry. I gotta train them young,
Yeah. Do you have any questions?
A lot.
All right, let's go for those.
Well, first one is from Winnie Bawa. How do you adjust yourself when first time in Fiji?
I feel like the kids were fine to
Okay, so you have
adjust.
to. Three doesn't have a hair.
Oh, yeah, that's a
We'll just
question.
share this mic.
Okay, that's fine.
How do you adjust yourselves
Okay.
when your first time coming to Fiji, especially with the kids? This is from Winnie Bawa.
So the first time I came to Fiji, the adjustment was difficult. Second time I came was with our son Aliki, and he was a newborn, and I found that a lot easier. I found that kind of a lot of downtime, and there's not a lot of like activity going on, so you have to find something to do. And so I found that really kind of eased me. And then when we moved here with the kids, I found the most difficult part for them was the weather adjustment, and all the bugs, I guess, and the mud. Like when you come from a city setting, and a snow setting, it's very hot here. And then there's just a huge amount of mud and bugs to adjust to, where coming from a cold climate is very opposite. So I would say it took them like a month. And we see that with our friends when they bring their kids to the village. Like they're really squirmish with all the mud. Like they have a difficult time. And it's a funny thing because you're like, children should be fine to play in the mud. But when I think you've been told, don't play in the mud, don't play in the mud, and it's always cement and grass, it's not something you have to adjust to. Yeah. And for myself, I think most of the adjustment, I already knew what I was getting into. I think living in the village for the most part, I think the biggest adjustment is just like trying to make a life and friends. Like I think it takes, what do they say? Like it takes a year for you to feel like somewhere's home.
I don't know.
I think that's what they say. Like estimate wise, like it takes you a year to kind of settle into somewhere. So I think if you're moving here, you guys have to give yourself some grace for a year. You might hate it for a year, but I think like wherever you go, if you have friends and you have connection with people, it makes it more enjoyable because when you're lonely and you're like by yourself and you're struggling, um, it's just a lot harder. So I think until we made, just some friends to get away and kind of connect with, I think it became a lot easier for us.
Next.
Right, ready. Are you aware of any? Oh, we just took it out of the chat. Right. Oh, okay. So just a comment from Aparosa Waliku. For Singanga to go, it needs another supermarket, a market, eateries, and entertainment.
It needs.
Mm.
It definitely does not need another supermarket.
No.
We have.
So
I mentioned per
many.
capita, we have the most supermarkets for any community in Fiji. I'm not joking about that.
Yeah.
Like so, Lambasa from the start of Lambasa, Nasikula to the end, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 service stations. So you have 4 like Bowser's, 4 gas stations in all of Mombasa. In Singanga, we have 1, 2, 3, and there's a 4th one being built. So, like, and every gas station has a grocery supermarket,
And then we have like
and then there's others. There's
like,
other
small ones.
the small ones. But like maybe you're talking about like an RB's or like a
Yeah,
extra
probably.
or
Yeah,
a,
like
or
those
like a Save On or
speech
something like that. Yeah.
supermarkets.
I don't think we need that.
Like to me, like the thing is, thanks to the FCCC, it doesn't really matter. Like you don't need big supermarkets because like the prices are the same no matter where you go.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Mm.
like the only thing you go for is just like more selection.
Yeah.
But I do agree with the market. We need a good marketplace, of which we discussed last live about that whole all those shenanigans.
Mm.
So yeah, we've
Yeah.
tried.
Yeah, we've tried.
But yeah, we don't need more supermarkets. We don't need more gas stations.
I
What
think
we need
more
is like
industry.
we need a community cleanup to make it look like it's not a
Shantytown.
shanty town. Yeah, we'll say that. That's perfect, actually. Yeah, because like where you drive through, you think it's like you're driving through like Rwanda or something like this. Shout out to my Rwandans out there.
You don't even know if Rwanda. Like,
Huh?
do you actually
Okay, yeah,
drive
Steve, it's like you're driving through Beira in Mozambique in the year 2000, after the Civil War. And I know that because I lived there in 2000 after the Civil War.
You can speak to that.
Yeah, spent 4 years in Africa.
We all applaud you.
Yes.
Oh,
Humanitarian work.
I think Singanga needs just more like warehouses. We are never going to be the biggest tourist destination, but I think we need some more like commercial buildings. We could do a lot of storage. Singanga is a central place. We could do some housing, and they are talking about housing, but with housing comes more rubbish. So
Yeah, you're gonna get me going on this now.
we'll go on it.
So yeah, I'm preaching. I've been preaching for like the last 2 years that Singanga has to be the next hub for industry in Vanuatu because it doesn't make sense to me why people drive. Like, say, if you're Punjas, if you're FMF, if you are Ashabai, all these companies that like truck groceries and like supplies all over the place, you drive all the way from the south of the island through Singanga up to the north to Lambasa, and then you pay expensive rent, you pay expensive labor because everything's more expensive in the city, and then you pay for all the diesel to take your trucks all the way up there just to unpack everything and then bring it back to Singanga out to Savu Savu and then down and across the island. Why wouldn't you just stop halfway?
Yeah.
So like I think where like because in Singanga the rent's cheap, the labor would be cheaper, there'd be more space, and you wouldn't have to waste the time and the diesel and the logistics nightmare to go all the way up to Lambasa
Yeah.
and deal with with industrial kind of tasks in a city zone, because like Lambasa's tight, turning trucks around, all this kind of stuff, it's a pain in the butt. So I think like commercial industrial development is the way to go for Singanga. Like it's never going to be like it'll always be a blue collar town
Yeah.
because of where we're located, and I think we just need to like acknowledge that and take advantage of that, because it's not Sao Sao. Like we don't have the beach or the hotels. Like that'll never be our reality. We might have an airport one day if they end up going that direction, but it won't be like a big tourist destination in Fiji.
And it doesn't need to be.
And it doesn't need to be. Like they need the world, Rono level places need blue collar towns to make the industry, to make the power, to create the energy, to do whatever they need to do for the other places where the money comes in. Because places will rely on places like Singanga to support them, because like we can do the industry here. And so like just say for example, like if you have a huge warehouse and you rent that out to Punjas, that big warehouse will probably be like enough for like 4 house blocks. So so you can have one big warehouse with probably 2 bathrooms and one tenant. And in that same footprint, if you were to do housing, you probably have 4 houses with however like probably 8 bathrooms and 4 tenants.
Yeah.
So like you're the most efficient way I think to create wealth through like real estate development would be going commercial in Singanga, because like all you'd have to do is like go and ask all these people like at these big companies like, hey, what do you pay for rent? This is what we could offer. If we build you a facility, would you sign a document that would like say that you'll come if it meets your standards or whatever? And I believe that they would, because it makes sense, because it's silly.
Yeah, it saves them money.
Yeah, it saves them money. Like it's so that's my rant on why Singanga should be the future industrial capital of Honolulu. Complete.
Sold.
Nice. Okay, Ryan posted his question again.
Oh,
Thank you, Ryan. There are 2 major road projects that will be carried out in Viti level. Are you aware of any major projects developments expected for Honolulu?
no,
Well, there's lots of talk.
like road development or developments in general.
I guess in general.
Yeah, I mean, there's the talks of the airport always.
Solar.
Yeah,
Waterfall.
like I said, there's lots of things that they are pointing towards. Like there might be a big development coming. Like they're trying to put more solar fields in and increase the electricity supply on the island, and like put a bunch of housing here in Singanga. Like so, seems like they're trying to ramp up the ability to like accommodate a larger population from a residential standpoint. So, which would indicate that there might be something coming that would create the jobs to pay for these people's housing.
Yeah.
But like we don't actually, I don't know.
Well, and there's it's a lot of talk. There's always a lot of talk around these projects, and then like they've been talking about an airport on this island, I think for years. Like I've heard about it for a long time, and I feel like I haven't even been around that long. So I think there's a lot of talk until it becomes like an actual in motion thing. I think everybody discounts it. I think
Yeah.
nobody will believe it. I don't even believe it until we see them breaking ground or in like a garbage disposal area, waste management or something like that.
Oh,
In Singanga, this was a while back, but again, it's just talk.
right.
And so who knows? And honestly, please, if they're going to do that, put it outside of town. We already have a bit of a fly problem sometimes during
Right.
the season.
Yeah.
So we don't need any more flies. If you could just situate that a ways away out of town, that would be lovely. We do not need that in town.
That would be nice.
So, yeah.
This from Aporosa. Telkom Fiji Limited is laying underground fiber optic cable from Lambasa.
Yeah,
Singanga as of South. Okay.
yeah. So
Yeah, they are doing that.
yeah, like I don't know what I
What's
I don't know what the initiative is there. Like to lay the fiber optics, like just
fast
to
internet
faster internet.
bandwidth? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just like from like a person on the ground,
Huh?
I feel like there's more important and pressing issues. You know, like I mean, because this fiber optic cable is being run along the highway,
Mm.
and along the highway is mostly like where you're gonna find service or like coverage, right?
Yeah.
Does it work like that?
What's that?
Like along the highway only?
Well, so fiber optics is basically just like whatever is going. It's just the speed of light, so it's
Uh-huh.
faster than normal electricity, or it's faster than like whatever we deal with, like with the
Mm.
normal Cat 5 cables. So it's. I mean, at an ideal situation, you're running your internet connection a lot faster.
Okay.
It's ridiculously fast, like if it's done properly. But it's
Mm.
just like I didn't feel like fiber optic like connection was like the next like
Big priority.
big priority in Fiji.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's
For
because
the
like I've
north,
been sold on it. I don't know anything about it. All I just saw was like they put up all these signs along the roadways. This big project that's happening with fiber optics, and then we're going like
for
they're
Fiji, or
digging.
you mean for Honolulu?
And John and I do things work wise on the internet, so you think we'd be
I
like,
think for
yeah.
Honolulu, because Vitaliv already has it.
Oh,
Do
okay.
they?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yep.
I'm assuming.
I was because I was still with the Spine.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I used to go cut the prison run, yeah, digging
Oh,
from
okay.
Corvo.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's a big one that's going on right now. I don't know why, and I'm fine with it. I just don't know why.
Oh,
That's all.
okay.
Yeah.
So is his answer. Fiber optic will connect to Savu submarine cable to Suva and the world. It will create, or it will be great. Whereas, like during disaster, it will be resilient as it is underground.
Oh,
First
okay.
for Honolulu.
Okay.
Right.
See. Well, that's good.
I'm waiting. Honestly, I'm just waiting for Starlink. I think I'll probably buy a satellite when we're home because Starlink, Elon Musk's internet company, just launched. They just registered their company in Fiji a few weeks ago.
The
Oh.
funny thing you mentioned, because
Oh,
Colinio was just asking that. What's your thoughts on Elon Musk's Starlink
oh,
internet
it's sick. I've
service?
heard crazy things about it. Yeah, like
Mm.
people are using it like back home, and it's insane. Like in places where they had no internet, and now they have like ridiculous like upload speeds. And so they registered. I know all I know is that Starlink has registered their company in Fiji now, and they're estimated for 2024 to start coverage of the area.
Mm.
So what you, but I think they're
There we
back.
go, internet.
I think the southern hemisphere is back ordered on satellites right now. So I've heard of people bringing them from the states and stuff when they go home. So I might bring a Starlink satellite back with like a dish basically back.
Okay, like to think it like from a business perspective for you in in Sanganga, like what would be like a good opportunity to use that, like a sort of business?
Like what do you mean?
I mean, to like it will
Use
be,
Starlink?
yeah, or Starlink, or this fiber optic cable. Um, like what would be a good opportunity to like?
Well, like say okay, for instance, like at the coffee shop, like
Mm,
I'm hesitant to run off like because I'm passionate about going paperless, not
mm,
because of the environment or whatever like that. I just think it's way more efficient, and I can access if everything's like online, I can access documents and books and records uh, and that kind of stuff from anywhere in the world. But I'm hesitant to go fully paperless and go like fully like to electronic system with
yeah.
r- wireless printers and iPads and all that kind of stuff because like half of the stores sometimes when you go around here like they're like, oh sorry, network's down,
Mm,
and they can't like you can't buy the stuff because they can't like use their computers because the
mm,
network's down. So like a more reliable network would definitely give me more confidence as a business owner
mm,
to be able to do the things I want with my business.
mm,
So like right now, like we have like manual receipt books so that we can track like what's going on because I don't want it getting to a stage where it's like, okay, now that we have an iPad tracking like all our sales or whatever, like, oh, system's down. Sorry, we can't take, you know what I mean? And it's just another problem for me to figure out. So, but
Yeah.
we have to go electronic if we want to,
mm,
if we want to grow at the pace we want to grow at. So
Yeah.
that'll be good.
mm.
Yeah. And Starlink will be great out here. Um, I'm excited for Starlink, and because then we could do these lives and like have a great internet connection. We could do like multiple feeds. We could have guests on. We can upload videos, and it'd be
Mm,
just so much easier.
mm.
Yeah.
Life would be simple. More.
All right. Got another question from Epidli Hawea. Jonathan, you guys plant root crops only or green vegetables too?
Yeah, we just up to this point we've basically only done root crops, dalo, ubi, yams, cassava. Um, we got a little good little banana plantation going on right now, with like a few bundles a week. So I mean, nothing much, obviously. But yeah, we've tried some vegetables in the past, but vegetables take a commitment that is, at least in our area, is uncommon amongst like Itaukei people.
Mm.
Just to be honest with you guys. Yeah, it just seems like root crops are a lot easier to plant. You put them in the ground, and it's kind of like set and forget. And so with vegetables, like you got to tend to them a bit more. You got to nurture them a bit more. You got to water them because they're more short term. But it's a cash crop. It's called the cash crop for a reason, because it turns cash right away. So, oh my gosh, wow, this is a mother.
Mala.
Bula.
Damani. Okay, I have no words.
Well, this one's not bad. I like this one.
Oh, okay. Give me the package.
Yeah, the packet.
This is what we're imbibing tonight. It's kaka kava from Kandavu. And so if you guys are wondering, you can get this anywhere in the world. You guys can just hop onto their website, and you can they'll ship anywhere in the world.
And they have a premium one, and they have a
Gold.
gold one.
Yeah.
Which one's better?
Gold.
Gold. This one's
So we have a
gold.
limited supply. So Kaka, if you want to send some more, then we'll take some more. But I'll just give you guys some details on them. They've shipped to the U.S., Africa, Kuwait, Australia, New Zealand. If you guys want to email them, you can email them at info@kakaisland.com. You guys can also just check them out at Kaka Island. Yeah, like it's not, what I like about it is that it actually tastes good. The premium is a bit cheaper. So 50 grams of premium is $5, is $6. That's actually a really good
That
price.
seems good.
So you know the small pack. So this is 100 grams.
Okay.
So this 100 grams premium is $10.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's fair.
I think that's fair.
That's normal. That's actually like a normal local price. And this comes like, so the package comes with like a seal that you have to tear off, and then a Ziploc. So it's like
professional.
Yeah, professional.
And
Like it's crazy that they've been able to do this, and then like do this level of packaging. You got
And
the
then sell
nutritional
it for that
facts and
price.
everything, and then still keep it. That's what the price is
Yeah.
here for this stuff.
Mm.
And so yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The premium stuff that we got here is their, I guess if you want to say, is like their second grade stuff. It's the cheaper stuff. So it's like waka mixed with like your lewena and stuff like that. So it's not pure roots, but it's still good.
Mm.
But you can taste the difference. If you step up, you spend the extra $2. The thing that I was worried about with this, with like any like like massively produced kind of like kava stuff, is that they're gonna dry it, because you have to do it at a mass scale. You can't just wait for the weather all the time. So a lot of these guys use dryers, and it gets like a smoky taste.
Mm.
But this doesn't have any of that. So
No.
whatever they've done, it's either like in a solar dryer, like getting extra hot in like a greenhouse kind of thing, or they just dry it in the sun. But it tastes good.
Kantabu grog for you. boy.
Kantabu grog.
Yeah. Think
I
like
mean-
the gold is stronger too, eh?
Yeah, the gold is a bit stronger. But so we have two pack. This is the second to last package that we have, because they just sent us a few packages, and so we're saving the best for last. So we're gonna save the gold for another night. Tomorrow for the draw game, maybe.
The draw game.
So, anything else while we're on?
No, just comments about Starlinks and
Okay.
4G and LTE,
Yeah. So, guys, we're gonna leave it there for today. Thank you guys for joining us.
We're doing the podcast.
We're gonna
tonight.
we're gonna be doing the podcast tonight. That is not live, but actually, I just dropped the full podcast video on YouTube for our podcast last week. It took us like a week to upload it. So, Starlink, you're welcome here if you can help it.
Yeah.
Yeah, come closer to me.
Took us like more than 2 days uploading.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then my computer's been freaking out, so it like shuts down. But we got to upload it.
If you guys have questions for us for the podcast tonight that you'd like us to talk about, put it in the comments, or you can just message us on Facebook or whatever. We'll be chatting tonight. Hopefully, it'll be an interesting conversation. who knows what we'll talk about? So we'll see.
Peace.